Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas. Today we are heavily jet lagged and playing Dragonbane. So, welcome back. Thank you very much for returning. If you're a return subscriber, you are much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being. And you are beautiful. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? You could be beautiful too. Why don't you subscribe? Thank you very much to our members and anyone else whose name is up there. Thank you very much. That's one way you can support us. You can become a member or you can just subscribe. Becoming a member might be difficult. I think if you use the app, the tab doesn't automatically appear, but you can find the link in the description thing. Otherwise, thank you just for watching, because your watching supports, and I very much appreciate it, and putting comments and everything. And we all enjoy this, because who doesn't enjoy talking to a camera whilst heavily jet lagged and making funny voices? So, Dragonbane. So we have Quackbane, our bard mallard, or a mallard bard, and his companions. We have, of course, Gorham and Eartha. Eartha Kit, the cat lady, huntress, and Gorham, who's basically just a fighter. So we have just cleared the orrery, which I saw a whole bunch of orreries in the Oxford Museum, and they had nothing to do with owls. I was very disappointed. I did not see any sort of owls bringing post or anything like that. It was really disappointing. And they're just headed up, and if I remember rightly, we are on section 7 of the 8 from the Mage's Refuge. Again, we are playing through the solo campaign as per the main box set at the moment. We'll try clearing that through. We are on episode 19. Normally I go to 20. Don't know if I'll be able to do that for this because we will still have one part left, 2 stories left from the main campaign. So we ended 6, which was the maddening orrery. Our threat is at 3, although for the life of me I cannot remember what our threat is. If you can remember what the threat is, stick it in the comments below. You might need to watch some of the other episodes. I didn't do that before doing this because I'm desperately trying to stay awake. And we are on to the next stage, which I remembered, which is called the Endless Stairs. Now, Stonegaze, our awesome forward-thinking screen, I don't know, person who sees the future, just tells us pointless little comments such as, "A spiralling ascent leads ye to the top of the Mage's Tower. Arcane trickery be at play here, trapping the unwary in an infinite climb. Keep ye wits about ye, and avoid the still shambling remains of less fortunate adventurers."
So, what I reckon, fellas, is that means we are looking at undead. Now, we got to go up there carefully, nice and carefully, take our time. We need to be stealthy.
We're not very stealthy though, are we though, Quackbane?
No, we are not, Gorham. You are quite right. So we got to be stealthy and we got to be careful.
I'm quite stealthy.
Yes, you are, Eartha. Well done.
So what I'm thinking is, we'll do the standard rule of 3s. We will say they need to make 3 major successes, climbing up the stairs stealthily. They will do the same things we've done, which is basically I've sort of stolen the 4E skill check thing that they had made a big deal of and then went away. I don't think they do that anymore. Do they do that in 5E? I don't think skill checks in that way of doing sort of like a big orchestrated set of skill rolls is a thing. So we'll do that to allow them to proceed up. If they fail, I've done a little bit of an encounter table. 1 to 3, we will encounter 3 to 6 zombies, which will be a D4 plus 2. For some reason I wrote 2 plus a D4 this way around. If we roll a 4 or 5, it will be some skeletons, where we'll do a D3 plus 1. And if we roll a 6, it will be some ghouls. Now, I read ghouls in the bestiary, the bestiary book, and it says that ghouls, in essence, on a single ghoul is quite weak, but they will only, because they're cowards, cowdy custards, so they only hunt in packs, and when they hunt in packs, so I was thinking 4 to 6, because that makes them the same number of the party or more, which means they're really going to tear the party apart, which would be 3 plus a d3, or a d3 plus 3. Yeah, so that would be quite bad for them to have to fight ghouls. And so we'll do that as we creep up the stairs. So let's set the scene. What we have is, we've just gone through, so we had that big mechanism, and there was the cat person wizard who was studying the orrery, trying to find out the right star configuration to conduct the spell to empower the object that he's come into the wizard's tower to empower. He had a small team of people who he'd employed to bring with him, but they want nothing to do with anything because they're employed to bring him in to the orrery and then take him back out again. And so now they'd brought him to the orrery, they were just sat out of the way. So Gorham, Eartha,
And Quackbane have gone into the stairs, haven't we? And so they're going to start going up the stairs.
and the reason that, so they're going to go in, but as they enter the stairwell, the door will close behind them and it will seal over. So let's give Quackbane a myths and legends roll, which is intelligence. Has he got any banes on anything? I think they're all, so he's got 3 will points used up, but no hit points taken. Gorham's on full hit points and Eartha's on -2 hit points. So we're going to give Quackbane a chance to remember myths and legends if he has seen these disappearing doors before. 5's a success. I don't think he's ever done success on myths and legends before. Actually, because of that squeak they just did, can I say thank you very much for all those people who said they liked the energy during that basilisk fight. That was one of the best role-playing fights I remember having for ages. I really enjoyed that, really did. That really made Dragonbane a system I really could get behind because of that fight. Like once you start doing things like that, I really did enjoy that. So I'm quite pleased you all detected the energy I had after that one. I really enjoyed it. So anyway,
All right, then. So, where's that door gone?
I don't know, it's just gone. I think this could be magic.
It is indeed, Eartha. This is magic. This is magic of old. I haven't heard of this in a very long time. Now, let me tell you a story about...
Oh, not more.
Let me tell you a story about... So what it is this is ancient...
Let's make him make a performance roll. And then either he's going to bore them, they're all going to just walk up the stairs. Or... Oh, 12. That's bang on his performance of 12. All right, they'll listen for a little bit as Quackbane will tell them about the legends he's heard concerning this mage. Let's see if he knows that. So he's done a measure and then he'll tell them about it. Maybe we'll give them on their first check, they can have a boon on their first check to get through this area because Quackbane has, just off the top of my head, Quackbane has remembered. Quackbane has to make the roll because he has remembered some information about and some stories.
Now, he was a great wizard, so he was. He had massive sleeves. You could throw a sausage up those sleeves. And if you got that joke, I didn't do it, obviously. And then what he would do is he would pull out his wand from the wizard's sleeve and he would cast his spells, and then the doors would meld into the stone.
Not that it helps them. And so, Quackbane, is there a leadership one? There is like a leadership, because I want to go,
Leadership quality, innit?
persuasion? Persuasion would be leadership, I suppose. That'd be the closest to, I think, is persuasion. So, whilst travelling up, let's try and describe these stairs. So these are large stairs that spiral up. Do they spiral? I'm imagining them being spirally stairs. Endless stairs. Spiralling ascent leads ye. So some spiralling stairs. But they're constantly changing. They're like an Escher. I'll stick that up there. they're like an Escher stair picture, that they're constantly going up and they start to spiral and then they change configuration and they seem to go back on themselves, and sometimes they seem to have stepped onto some steps and they're starting to walk upside down, because we do say that there's some arcane trickery at play. And sometimes when they step onto the stairs and they seem to be going up, they seem to be coming back round on themselves, which makes them feel, as they're going back on themselves, that they're getting a bit lost and going in circles. And so what Quackbane is going to do is in using that information about the mage and how the stone door hid, he is going to use his persuasion skill, which is 13, to attempt to get the other two to really understand. So he's going to persuade them. Is this the right use of persuasion? So this is to make another person see things your way. Yeah, that'll count. So this is getting them to see the importance of looking for the stones, and then they can spot if one of these stones in the stairs that they're going up isn't what it should be, or maybe the flow of the pattern's different, or the way it steps back. So even though they're stepping back on themselves, as long as they're continuing forwards, it's all okay. So he gets a boon for this roll, which was a bit of a waste really, because he's got a 13. A 1! Persuasion? A 1! He hasn't got the mark for that. Sorry. Okay, hey! We haven't rolled a 1 for one of these things in ages. When we level up, he's already got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 ticks already. Oh man, we're near the end of this. This is... Hey! Way! Who needs jet lag? And so he's pointing out what sort of stonework.
Now, apparently, according to the legends of old, back at Bard School, I was there. Well, what would it be? Bardicus Usticus. I don't know, whatever the alumni. And now then, what they were saying was you've got to look for the patterns.
You mean like this?
Yeah, I do actually.
And like this?
Yeah, I do. So we won't go them. We'll go these stairs.
And so using that information, they are able to avoid certain sets of stairs that go up. And as they're avoiding them, because this information also helps them avoid the undead. Does that work? I think that works based on these words, because it seems to me that based on this, keep ye wits about ye and avoid the still shambling remains of less fortunate adventurers. That it would be if they foul, that means they're not being aware and that they'll bump into an encounter with a d6 roll. So they avoid, so they've got 3, because it's the rule of 3s. Twists and turns, rule of 3s. I wrote down as little notes to remind myself. So all I said was because I did stand-up comedy in 2022. I normally cut this bit out. But anyway, I did stand-up comedy in 2022. I performed 6 times around the Sydney area. And most jokes have a rule of 3. You do 2 normal things and then there's your funny twist. Rule of 3. 3s are very important in writing and comedy. And so we're doing rules of 3. And so this was our first one, our first success. So next what we can do is we'll give them, each one of them, we'll have a go and see if they fail. What can Gorham do? They're climbing up some stairs. It's twists and turns. It's arcane. He's not very useful to them. We're going to say yes to a roll. He's got a will of 12. So we could give him like something that involves, he's got an awareness of 10, an evade of 8. Let's do an awareness of 10. He does have awareness, I think is intelligence based, which means he gets a bane because he's still got his knock on the head, which is so PO pointed out that there is a critical injury table that I should have rolled on when somebody took a critical injury. I can't remember who it was who took the critical injury, but I should have rolled on the critical injury table. And if I can remember who it was, I would roll on the critical injury table. But the next time someone goes to 0 hit points, we need to make sure we roll on the critical injury table, like we made it up for Gorham, which is why he's got the Bane on intelligence rolls, which takes me back to, he's going to use awareness. Sorry, I'm distractible at the best of times. He's going to use awareness. So this is going to be him. We're going to directly just say he's going to keep an eye out for, we'll roll the encounter first. So this is what the encounter is. For some skeletons, D3 plus 1, 4 skeletons. So there are 4 skeletons and they're doing a bit of a patrol. And as Gorham is coming around, Gorham has to spot these 4 skeletons doing a bit of a patrol. If he fails, they fight skeletons. He has an awareness of 10. He has a Bane on this roll. 17-16, he fails either way. So, all right, so they're going to have a quick little Barney with some skeletons. Basically, let's pull up the skeletons. We will say there are 4 skeleton warriors. So we had a failure. So I won't bother doing a cross because it's just a failure. Where's a bit of space as I can do skeleton warriors? We're going to have 4 skeleton warriors. What do we have? We have hit points of 8. They've got studded leather, gives them a defense of 2, awareness of 8 and evade of 6. They've got short swords, which gives them 12s, damage of a D10. Do they? Skeletons no count as monsters. Resistance, all piercing damage is halved. All right, so piercing halved. So that would be, actually, no, we'll do it. We'll do that. We'll do piercing half, which would be Eartha's bow is half damage. We will make her, though a spear is piercing, I'm pretty sure spear is piercing damage. I think she's only got spears. Yeah, she's only got spear. She's got bow and spear. Okay, so take half damage from Eartha. Okay, so coming upstairs, we've got the bit where the stairs are sort of going just like that picture. That picture there is the bit of stairs we're on at the moment. There are 4 skeleton warriors who have sort of spread around a bit, as we're also spread out a bit. So we're going to have this fight. If we were doing this on the table with miniatures, which we're not, we're going to do it as a theatre of the mind. We would try and build some terrain which lays out a bit 3-dimensional chess type way. So it's a bit difficult for the players to imagine, and we'll have the skeletons jumping around. We'll make the skeletons naturally peel into 2 halves. 2 are going to go for Gorham, 2 are going to go for our
Quackbane.
and Eartha will flit around at the back, because piercing damage from a bow or piercing damage from the spear, it makes no odds. I am guessing we would take 2 points off and then half the remainder, because you've got to go through the armour before you can then not take the damage from the body parts. And then Earth will be at the back, and they have no warriors, so if they put either Gorham or Quackbane down, then they can take on Eartha. That's what we'll say. All right, we've got, I'm going to write some names on these little things, rather than do it vice versa, which I would normally do it. So we will have them quickly peel out. So we've got 2 against Gorham, 2 against Quackbane. They're on different sorts of levels. They can start to manoeuvre around, so Quackbane may. At the moment, Quackbane and Gorham are split up, but Quackbane and Gorham might go and start fighting back to back, which will then give Eartha a closer range, and then that's what we're going to do. Tactically, we're going to have them split between apart. Then Quackbane and Gorham are going to come together. The skeletons will fight them around outside. Eartha is going to create some distance and fire, and then whatever's left of the skeletons, one of them will peel, or 2 if there's 4 still standing at this point, will peel off maybe around 3 or 4. So first off, we will do split the deck. We will go skeleton 5. That's not bad. That's in the middle. Means we could either, the rest of us can all be above it, or we might end up being below it. Gorham, nice. Gorham is early in the round. Gorham can do some damage. Eartha is last, does not perfect. And then we've got Quackbane, who has the army of 1, which means he gets 2 pulls. 4 and 9. All right, so that means we will have Gorham going first. Then we'll have Quackbane, Eartha, Quackbane. No, we've got Gorham. So let's do, all right, Quackbane is going to swap positions with Gorham. So Quackbane goes first on 2. Then Gorham on 4, then Skeletons on 5, then Quackbane again on 9, and then Eartha on 10. The Skeletons are not monsters, so they fight normally, so Quackbane might be at an advantage by giving them a disadvantage and giving them a Bane. So he will pop out his lyre as the Skeletons have spotted them, are going to start manoeuvring towards them. At this point, he's nowhere near the Skeletons, which means that it gives him the ability to consume 1 will point, get out the lyre, and then as part of his next move action. So let's say it's on a street. It's like he's got it like he swings it round as though he's got his guitar on his back and he's swinging the guitar into his hands, and he strums it and goes,
"Oh yes, time for a song. Skeletons, oh skeletons, you're gonna be sticks. Skeletons, oh skeletons, you're gonna be quick. 'Cause we're gonna turn you into bone meat. And that's the best you can hope from, you see. Because jet lag's a real thing."
and then they now all have a bane. I should drink coffee, but then I'm never going to sleep. Gorham doesn't have a bone on this roll, but the two geezers, if they try and dodge him, have a bane. They can evade. They do have an evade of 6. So Gorham is going to take the two on the left, visualise it, and he's going to split and run into them. Now he has, what does he have? He's got his broadsword. I wrote he's got a bane on attacks. Why did I write that? Don't know. He's got a bane on sneak, but he's not sneaking. So he is going to run in. He doesn't have a bane on attacks. His sword has durability of the broadsword has dropped to 12. He is going to attempt to, they've got no food. He's going to attempt to pile in and hit one of the two skeletons. In fact, he's going to take on skeletons 1 and 2. He's going to run into skeleton 1, screaming, and try and hit skeleton 1 with his broadsword skill of 12. He gets a 4, which is a hit. The broadsword does 2d4s and 2d6s and a d4, doing 10 points. Dropped by 2. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Making 8. It's not a piercing weapon, so he charges into the skeleton, shouting the Orcish charge in Orcish of "Get some!" And piles into the skeleton, barges in with his shoulder, knocking the skeleton to the ground, and then clamping his foot on the skeleton's neck. He cleaves down with his broadsword, takes the head clean off, and the skeleton is dead because they only have 8 hit points. The skeletons at this point look a bit shocked by that. So one of the skeletons, actually we might have, so one of the skeletons will come up to Gorham and attempt to attack Gorham. Now the skeletons have a bane. Skeletons have a skill of a sword skill of 12. The bane is a 13, which means that that skeleton comes up wearing his studded leather. It's rusty studded leather, which means that as the skeleton is attempting to swing on Gorham, the buckle underneath breaks and it slightly catches his arm, putting his arm off and missing his swing as his comrade lays on the ground at his feet. Now we've got number 3 might go for Gorham. So let's go 1 to 4 on this D6 roll. He's going to go for Gorham. No, he doesn't. He's going to still go for Crackbane. So Crackbane still has 2 on him. So one of them is going to head over to Crackbane. That's the third one. And he runs over. It sounds like a bag of dollars. Sounds like this. That's the bones all moving inside this. I thought that was quite good. I thought that was good Foley skills. I don't know what you're complaining about. This is high quality Foley work, this is. I could get a job doing that if everyone else is sort of off sick that day. So we've got 12s. They've got a bane as this one comes running towards Quackbane. 15. Oh, go for that. And he takes a swing. Quackbane goes,
"Hey fella, I'm not that tall. I'm down here."
And then the other one is going to, because then Quackbane's got the 2 on him, which is number 4, will come over and attempt to swing down because he's learnt his lesson. Sadly, he hits. Quackbane, you shouldn't have said that. All right, maybe Quackbane can do a dodge. We don't do this very often for these lot because but maybe Quackbane is going to dodge. So Quackbane's evade is 13. He only gets 1 dice. 17. He fails to evade. That's why we don't do it. That's Quackbane using up his turn by evading. And they do a D10 damage on Quackbane. 6. Quackbane has studied leather, taking 2 points off, taking it down to 4, meaning Quackbane takes a 4-point smash to the chest, knocking him back a few feet as his short sword for this skeleton cleaves into the side of his chest, slightly bruising his ribs. Eartha is going to take aim on skeleton 3, who was the one who missed Quackbane in the first instance, because this one might be easier for Eartha to hit. Eartha has a bow skill of 12, but is only on a normal 3. That's good enough. 3 hits, doing a D10 plus a D4. Doing 12 points of damage. Oh, it halves it, doesn't it? So against 3, so the arrow does 12 points, which is 10 points, which is half, which is 5 points, leaving that one on 3 hit points. So the arrow comes striking into its shoulder, knocks a chunk of shoulder bone out, which you hear sort of like a pinball machine rattle around inside its rib cage, and then drop out from down, as the skeleton looks kind of a bit annoyed at that, and we reset. That's round 1. So round 1 was those all doing that. Round 2, they will reshuffle and move themselves around for doing their attacks. Eartha isn't going to get attacked just yet because we've only got 2.5 standing, we could call it. Maybe they've got some stuff on them. They've got like some old bags and some old things. We'll give them like a pull of the treasure and we'll see what turns out. Maybe 1 pull or 2 pulls. Let's see. We'll go skeletons first. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Now Gorham. Well, that wasn't fast enough, Gorham. Eartha. Oh, so slow. And then we've got... oh, actually, them going first works well for us because they've got a Bane. That means they still keep their Bane. Then we've got Quackbane, Quackbane. That means they keep their Bane for this turn. If we went before them, there's the potential that the Bane might have, because that might wear off. Tell ya, I've really liked Holland. I was quite surprised by how much I liked Holland. Me? Distractable, don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's really good Holland, really enjoyed it. Subculture is a game shop in Holland, in the middle of Utrecht. Oh, that's tops, it's great. So, skeletons. 1 on Gorham, and there's 2 on Quackbane. I think skeleton number 3 that got hit by the bow, I'm going to give it a 1 or 2, rolling 1 or 2 on this D6. It's going to go for Eartha. 1, okay. So it's going to peel off, and it's going to hunt down Eartha, which means that Eartha is going to have to switch to be using her short bow her spear, which she isn't as good with, the spear. So we'll do number 3 first. So number 3 is going to head towards Eartha. It's going to peel off from Quackbane. I don't think there's attacks of opportunity in this. I'm going to say there's not during this session. If there is, I'll look it up later because I'm not going to look it up today. It peels off. It's going to run across. So it runs to Eartha, covers the short distance to get to Eartha and attempts to attack Eartha. It still has a Bane. 14 is a miss. So in the process of running across to Eartha, it gets tangled up and isn't able to get a good hit on Eartha. Then we've got 1 on Gorham. We'll call that a cocked, but it's a 10, which is a hit, which is a D10, which is 10 points. Gorham, what's Gorham on? Gorham's got 12 hit points. He's got studied leather, which takes us down to 8 hit points. What's Gorham's evade? Gorham's evade is an 8, so statistically speaking, that's not a great evade. Gorham doesn't seem much of an evader. We can do a medicine roll afterwards. We do have a lot of bandages left. but that's not great because it might put Gorham down to 0 if he gets hit again, so Gorham's going to have to kill him. So we are going to take that 8 hit points, which means that Gorham is now on 4 hit points, which is, I don't need to tell you this, not great. And then we have the one which is on Quackbane. Quackbane is trying to parry with his dagger and he's going,
All right, come on in, fella.
nice. It misses either way. So he's parrying. So Quackbane's pathetic parrying.
All right, go on, give it a go.
Doesn't really help. Gorham, excuse me. Gorham is up against this one skeleton. Gorham can't, no, we can't do healing on the fly. So he's just going to try and hit him. Gorham will pull back his broadsword, scream, and hit. Hit him, doing 2d6 plus a d4, hopefully kicking him in the chest, knocking him down and taking his head off. Definitely kicking him in the chest, knocking him down and taking his head off, because he's just done 13 points. 2 points come off for the studied leather, because that's how it works in Dragonbane, which puts it down to 11 hit points. He's only got 10 hit points. So Gorham basically batters the living bedoodles out of this skeleton, pulping him into a little mesh because he hurt him. Don't you hit me again.
I don't think he's gonna, Gorham. I honestly do not think he's gonna.
Quackbane. All right, so there, Bane resets. There's only 2 of them left. They're not the sort of things to actually run away anyway, so we won't say they'll run away. We could have him do another spell, another song, but probably it's not point. So instead, he's going to use a dagger. He's got a dagger left. He's got a dagger left, which has got slash and pierce for the dagger, and he's going to attempt to slash up this skeleton. He's got 13s, 9 hits, doing a d8 plus a d4. So he tries to duck in underneath this skeleton's guard, doing 5 points, dropping that to 3 points, leaving it on 5 hit points because of the armour. That only does 3 hit points. So it doesn't do as big a hit as everyone else has been doing on people. Next we've got Eartha. Now Eartha has squared off against this skeleton. Eartha's had to pull out her spear. Actually, Eartha's better at the spear than she is at the bow. Eartha's 14s with spears. So Eartha attempts to start parrying and attacking this skeleton with her spear. 7 hits, doing a D. Oh, that's why, because it does less damage. Doing a D8 plus a D4. She needs to do 5 points of damage. No, she needs to do 8 points of damage because it's halved because it's a spear. 5 points isn't enough, so that's 2 points come off for the leather, leaving 3. Half will round up, making 2, which leaves it on 1 hit point. Quackbane. Quackbane could. There's only 2 of them. I think Quackbane's best off just taking out the one that he's fighting. So Quackbane is going to try and manoeuvre. Maybe he'll try and manoeuvre. Let's give him a chance to break manoeuvre. Right, I'm going to look it up. Right, yes there is. You do an evade roll, which doesn't count as an action. If you succeed, then they don't get a hit on you. If you fail, they get a hit on you. So what Quackbane is going to attempt to do is Quackbane is going to attempt to manoeuvre away from this one that he's fighting and go and take on the one that Eartha's fighting that has only 1 hit point left because he looks like a bag of bones. Quackbane needs to make a 13 evade roll successfully. That he does a dodge and roll to clear the distance away from that skeleton. Running up to the skeleton that Eartha is fighting. We don't have, because if we can do giving people a boon, which would basically be like a stealth attack, but that means that one of them would need to give up their go. So instead, Quackbane is going to use his 13 daggers, 9 hits, doing, what did we say it was, a D8 plus a D4? He needs to get 3s. Success. So 2 points off for the armor, doing 3 hit points. So running up behind that skeleton, Quackbane gets it in the ribs and runs his dagger up behind the ribs. We hear the rear of the spine get separated as he runs it up. All of his chest collapses, which means it can't keep its arms going anymore, and the whole of the bones collapse to the ground. As that is the end of that. We have one skeleton remaining, who is the closest to Gorum than anything else. None of the other skeletons, that's only on 5 hit points. We'll leave it at this. Well, no, the skeletons aren't going to run away, are they? So I subtly just looked and we've done 40 minutes so far. But this will cut down. Okay, skeletons. Skeletons were always first. Gorum's next, then Eartha. Alright, so we've got, there's this. This is the skeleton, which is standing on its own, that Quackbane evaded and left and ran off. Eartha will now quickly switch to her bow and attempt to shoot at that skeleton. She has 12s hitting, doing a D10 and a D4. She would need to get 12 points to actually kill it. Wow, 13. Okay, so everyone's like ready to pile into the skeleton as she just goes, hold on. And the arrow pierces through its shoulder, and then it's a clever arrow because it hits off of the stonework behind, comes back through it from the other side, stonework over there, and then back through a third time, causing the skeleton to collapse in upon itself, because that's 13 minus 2, making 11 for the armour. We'll round up to 12, being halved, 6 points of damage. It had 5 remaining. Eartha kills it.
All right there, that was a surprising little Gorum.
Yes, Quackbane?
Did you not see them?
No, Quackbane, I didn't. Sorry about that. Still, fun, wasn't it?
You don't look like it was fun. You look like you got hacked up a bit.
So, Gorum is going to go over. Quackbane is going to attempt to do a medicine check on Gorum. Now, I remember this. So, he's going to take 1 bandage. They've got loads of bandages. Which means he doesn't get a bane, he gets a boon. He's got a medicine check or healing check of 10. Failing, which means he doesn't get the 2 hit point, 2d6, he just gets 1d6. Which means he gets 5 points back, putting him on 9 hit points. Now, we do have 2 healing potions, but Quackbane isn't going to use those. And that is that for that bit of a rest. And during that rest, he's got 4 hit points. All right, he was going to do the same on himself. He's going to attempt to do a healing check on himself, succeeding on himself for once, meaning that they've now got, apparently they've got 19 bandages left. Quackbane gets 2d6. He gets all his hit points back. And whilst they're doing this, he will then attempt to do puffing on the pipe, getting all his wheel points back. Right, and they continue with their journey. So they keep going up. This point, Eartha, who has, maybe we'll do Eartha is going to sneak past and attempt to not get caught by some zombies, which are shambling around. So she's going to sneak by them. She has a sneak of 14. 10, getting success. Getting the party of 3 to work out the best way. So possibly they need to go round. There's more standard stairs, but they've got like a central bit where the zombies are shambling around above and below. And she takes them around the outside of these stairs using some handholds that she's found. And then they bypass that whole section where there's these zombies wandering around, and they're able to continue on up the Wizard's Tower. So we've got Gorum failed. We can give Gorum another chance to succeed. And Quackbane could, what we got? We know that Gorum has a will of 12. We could attempt to make him use his will to almost like doing the old dispel, not believe in a bad passage, or even a bad passage. So Gorham takes the good passage and leads them in the right direction. So for that, Gorham would need to make a will check of 12. Yeah, well, let's just do that. I was going to make Crackbane sing a song. Alright, because he always does things like this to give people. So he's going to go,
Alright team, now's the time. It's our last chance to work this out fine. Don't muck it up, you two geezers. Just choose the right path for your Caesars. Or we're gonna get ate by undead. And I don't want to end up dead.
so that will give Gorham a boon. He needs to get 12s. That's his will, 12. A 1 and a 4. Oh, I was going to even think of saying, oh, because he's not great at it, maybe half. That does under half, doesn't it? That's a 1. That gives him a 1. Okay, so Gorham is feeling in top form and as wise as they come. I mean, he's not got normal smarts, but he has got street smarts. And street smarts says, I don't think that big tunnel which says go in here is real. I think we go this way. And leading them that way, he comes out into a section which looks like a mage's laboratory. Yeah. So this is then, we would then go on to, I don't think that really incremented very much. We did a very short fight. We only got one thing wrong. So we're now on step 8, which is the mage's study. We still are on threat 3. Although I still can't remember what the threat is. And this is at the top of the tower. It's the top of the tower. So that means episode 20, which will be next episode, will be the final step of the mage's study.
Now then, what did you see, Gorham?
Well, I think I saw a laboratory, which also looked a bit like a library, because there was books all over the place. And somewhere, it's shrouded in darkness though, so I couldn't really see it, because it says, the laboratory and library of the mage lies shrouded in darkness. That means I couldn't really see it. I don't know how I know it's a laboratory and a library. And apparently somewhere in there is the corpse of the mage, which I sensed. And their last magic is warding off intruders. Take only what you've come for, the calling stones which will be your salvation. Maybe there's some monsters in there that fight in the dark and that are dark orientated. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to see very much. All right, then we'll think about that. How can we do a dark room in a dark, dark house? There's a dark, I don't know that poem, but we'll do something like that. Thank you very much for watching. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate your subscription. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Thank you very much to our members. And we'll leave it there. Thank you for all of your support. Anything you can do to help is much appreciated. This is just a short one, and I think I will go to sleep now. See you later. Bye-bye.